you wanna do? See me with the crew, had to get some food. I see you looking like you do. Had to make a move.
What's up, y'all? Snake Almighty, aka the Global Dark Skin Ambassador, back at you with another Rikers Island story. If you hear any motorish kind of sounds in the background, they right outside my building. They taking care of the grass and stuff like that. You know, we living in the country, you know, shit like that. But this Rikers Island story is another story about underestimating your opponent and minding your business and staying out of people's face, or else bad things can happen to you. Okay, now, so I'm gonna take you to 2009. I had already been on Rikers Island for about a year. When you're younger than 18 and you're an adolescent on Rikers Island, they require you to go to school, but then when you turn 18, they allow you to sign out, right? So I turned 18 in the box. I came out of the box. I was 18. They had me on the school floor. I signed out. When you sign out, they sent you to 3 Upper. And it may have been one other place, but 3 Upper. So I signed out of school. I'm in 3 Upper. I'm chilling. By this point, I'm kind of like one of those, like, been there, done that type of dudes. Like, a lot of the extra politics, a lot of the extra stuff one would need to do when they first enter the island to get a name established or to keep oppressors off their back. I got to a point where I didn't really have to do that. Basically, I knew somebody who held some type of weight, basically from either having one-on-one fights with dudes or getting jumped by dudes in other houses, and they respected my heart, and they told me that if they ever in another house and I come in there that they got me, they'll vouch for me, stuff like that. I basically got to a point like that where it was basically like a smooth sailing. Anybody who was in Rikers Island and you've been in Rikers Island for 8 months and older, you'll realize that you'll get to a point where people know you. Even if you're not the most vicious person, but if you've known to put a certain, at least a minimal level of pain in, there's gonna be people that know you from every single house. Being that either you was in the house with them before, or you ran into them in court, or law library, you know, little different stuff like that, trading, little different stuff like that. But I'm in 3 Upper. This particular house is ran by Bloods, but they have a Crip who's on the team, highly respectable Crip. And then there's another Crip who wasn't on the team. He was borderline day room dummy, but the fact that his mans, who was the big homie of they set, was there, he vouched for him. And this little borderline day room dummy Crip, he acted extra tough because his big homie had a high ranking inside the house. This led to problems in the future. Now, me being in 3 Upper for some time, I already seen the politics of the situation, the dynamics of the situation. There's always gonna be little cliques, no matter who is who in any house. There's gonna be people who deal with people more than they deal with other people. There's gonna be people who tolerate other people based off of the fact that it's someone else with a high level of power who they don't want to offend. You know, it's basically like the mafia. It's like you may have a problem with somebody, but you basically would have to vote on it if you want to get something done, or you would have to allow something unfortunate to happen to the person that's standing in your way, and then once that happens, you can go above them or below them and then deal with the person who you have issue with. But anyways, with that being said, I noticed how the extra borderline day room dummy Crip dude, he really, really, really was acting extra tough because his big homie was there, right? So there was two Patrias. One of the Patrias was one of the top dudes in the house, one of the top dogs. And then there was another Patria, which was basically like the little homie of the big Patria dude, right? So, mind you, by this point, I have no beef with Patrias because I had already squashed the situation with the other dude. And by this time, these other Patria dudes, they didn't even know about that situation. But I noticed how there was a little bit of static between the Crip dudes and the two Patria dudes over nonsense. Stuff like seating arrangements, and I think there was some kind of spades game where somebody bet somebody something and whoever was supposed to win something, they didn't get it. So it was a lot of tension. But it was tension, and then the big homie Patria ends up going to the box anyway, because, you know, it's Rikers Island. Dudes are always randomly going to the box, you know, like this is nothing out of the ordinary. But then that left the younger, smaller Patria alone, the only Patria in this house, where it was already fake tensions between him and these Crip dudes. Now, I watched for days as the two Crip dudes picked on this Patria dude. And my experience from Patrias, I'm saying to myself, they don't fight much. So if a Patria gets mad at you, you probably gonna have to deal with somebody that's gonna come at you with a weapon. But this is Rikers Island. These dudes should already know that. But I watched them for days. They picking on this dude. Not blatantly picking on him, but they're gradually raising the level of blatantly picking on him. You know what I'm saying? Like stuff like when the cereal come in, they forgetting to give the man his cereal. Stuff like he on the phone, they acting like he need to rush off the phone for them. Little funny like black people making fun of Spanish people and him, you know, making fun of black people back. Little subtle stuff, little what I would say passive aggressive stuff. Cause me personally, I hate tension. I hate thick tension in the air. Like I'm a person where if I feel like it's tension, either I'm gonna confront you about it and ask if you got something on your mind, or I'm just gonna skip that level and I'm gonna do something bad to you. But I watched the tension for a long time. So it comes to a time where it's a regular day. Everybody's in the day room. We all watch the TV. There's a show called 12 Caught Our Souls. I don't know if it's still on, but it was this dating show, strictly Spanish, no English speaking, but it's just some of the finest Spanish women doing all these little challenges and stuff. We used to love watching that shit, even though none of us knew what they were saying except for the Spanish people in the house. But I remember watching that show, seeing the phone slot was open. I walked to use the phone. But as I'm walking out the day room to go use the phone, I see the two Crip dudes, they fussing with the Patria dude again. And I'm hearing them say stuff like, yo, I'm not gonna keep telling y'all to leave me alone. Like, seriously? Like, he's saying stuff like that. He's saying stuff like I don't know why. It's like, yo, why y'all always got something to say to me? It's like, basically, you know what I'm saying? It sounds like he basically trying to tell them that he's about to violate them, but he trying to give them enough rope to hang themselves. But you know, black dudes, we like to joke a lot. Like, we're joking. We some joking ass dudes. And especially if you're on Rikers Island and you got your man with you and you feel like you want to stunt because you'll smoke anybody, y'all will jump anybody, you know what I'm saying? You gonna act how you gonna act. And I'm assuming that that's why they was acting like they was acting, because it's two of them, one of him, he act up, they gonna jump him, pack him up. But on this particular day, while I'm on the phone, I hear laughing, joking. They trying to cut ass on this dude. And then I hear they basically trying to tone him like, what you want to fight? You get smoked out of here. You want to get packed up, right? And then a couple seconds later, being that I stopped paying attention to the conversation because I'm not assuming anything else is going to happen, I see two people yell out, yo, chill, right? So while they're yelling out, yo, chill, I see the CO because usually the COs are right by the day room, not inside the day room, but they usually be sitting either in that little booth thing outside the day room or they sitting in the chair right by the day room. I see the CO. She like, stop, put that away. And then she jumps out the way. And then the two Crip dudes, they run out the day room, they run past me, they run down the corridor towards the end of the corridor? The corridor, yeah. They run towards the end of the corridor, inside the house, of course. And then I just see the Patria dude chasing after these dudes. First off, the big homie was way faster than the other dude. But I see the Patria dude chasing after these two dudes. They running like slaves, like slave feet going. Light feet, light the light. They going. The Patria dude is coming up from behind the borderline day room Crip dude, and he's wielding some, like a sharp green, I could clearly see his piece of a radiator. What nobody knew is, before the big homie Patria dude had left, he had given his friend a weapon. A little sharp piece of a radiator. And as I'm watching him chase behind the borderline day room dummy dude, you know how when you running, your elbow will be out like that maybe. I seen him swing, boom. He poked the Crip dude in the elbow, right? Poked Crip dude in the elbow. He chased him all the way to the end. It's like there's no way to go. You at the end of the corridor. And he basically was like faking him out because he already had poked one of them. He faking him out. He like, what now, pussy? By this point, this is a female CO, so she's terrified. So she presses the PBA button. The A-team immediately comes. They regulate the situation before it can get any worse. And the Patria dude, of course, went to the box, caught a charge for a weapon. And you know what I'm saying? The one Crip dude that got stabbed in his elbow, he went to the infirmary. They packed him up, sent him somewhere else. And then the other Crip dude, the big homie dude who was there too, they packed him up and sent him somewhere else. Moral of the story is, once again, do not judge a book by its cover. Yes, there's a certain level of oppression you give to people. When you on Rikers Island, it's a eat or get ate type of mentality. But at some point, you gotta be like logical and reasonable and understand that certain people not gonna play with you. When you approach people on a one-on-one situation, respect can still be had. You know what I'm saying? You could have fights with people and then y'all could piece up, make up, be the best of friends later on. You know, that's what boys do. We grow up fighting and being cool every day. But when you trying to constantly pick on people because you know you greater than them in numbers, bad things can happen to you. Like a Patria chasing you with a 6-inch piece of radiator trying to stab you. I believe they learned their lesson that day. I wish the best for all these guys I'm talking about and their families. I don't know what's going on with these dudes and I don't remember their names. But I'm sure that they all learned a valuable lesson that day. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Peace.